All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another post-fight discussion video. This is going to be more of a post-fight analysis video here because we're going to kind of look at it round by round. But, oh, man, what were the judges doing here? What were the judges looking at in this fight? Was Waterson versus Luana Pinheiro. All right. My feelings haven't changed much from last night, after watching the fight and, talking about it with y'all in the comment section. Most of y'all pretty much feel the same way, that the fight was a robbery. Some of y'all feel like it was a close fight, could have gone either way. I definitely don't agree with that. I don't think this fight could have gone either way. I know some people look at damage, but how much damage did Luana Pinheiro really do in this fight? When she did land with some damaging blows. But to me, it was too far in between. It was too far in between. I think overall, Was Waterson was doing the more convincing work. Now, maybe Was Waterson's strikes weren't as powerful, but they were effective and they were landing. And to me, I know how you score effective strikes. It can kind of differ. But to me, if they are landing and they are getting a reaction out of your opponent and you land more of those shots, you should get the rounds, right? Now, if you land a hard calf kick and you kind of wobble somebody with it and that's all you land, maybe like 2 or 3 around, while the other person kind of peppers you, and the person that's peppering, they're landing more and they are actually getting a reaction out of that opponent, I have to give it to that person. So in this case, Waterson, who's doing more peppering, you got to give her the rounds because she's still making Pinheiro react and reset in different ways in this fight, okay? That's how I saw it. Now, first time I saw it, I know I said it was kind of one-sided, but when I went back and looked at it, I still think Was Waterson could have won every single round. I still think it could have been 30-27. Maybe not one-sided as far as like where she just shut down the skills of Pinheiro, but they were competitive rounds that she won. All right, like Waterson won each round in a competitive way. I can see it that way now. Like watching it again, Was Waterson could have got every single round where you say, okay, she really had to work for him because she was fighting a harder hitter and a much stronger fighter in the clinch, okay? If any, going back, I do think that the second round was probably the one round where it could have went through Luana Pinheiro, going back and looking, because even the first round, that quick barrage that she threw, not much came off of that. Not much came off of that barrage that Pinheiro threw at the end of the first round. Like one little clip, I don't think that's enough to win the round. The third round, I think that was Waterson's round, though. But, yeah, I do think that this is one of the few times I will say this fight was a robbery. I think that Was Waterson, she pretty much controlled the fight. She exposed a lot of different things to Luana Pinheiro, and I don't think they're doing a favor by giving this decision to Luana Pinheiro. I really don't, because off of what I've seen, she could really get hurt moving up the ladder, which I'll talk about towards the end of this video. But yeah, I still feel the same way. The only thing I may feel a little different about is that, yeah, each round wasn't like one-sided. There were some hard rounds that Waterson had to win, like the second and the third. I think, yeah, she had to overcome some hard shots, and I think she did that. I think she did enough work throughout the fight to win, though. Don't change my mind on that. Just going back and looking at the first round, though, let me see. Excuse me here. Round one, Was Waterson, she started off a little cautious. She was landing a couple low kicks, and she was making Pinheiro miss a few of her low kicks, right? She was starting off trying to stab some low kicks. She was able to step in with a good spinning back elbow as well that landed on the chin of Pinheiro. So I'm scoring those shots. But when Pinheiro would let go, she was landing a nice hard kick. Like her calf kicks were hard. You can see the power difference, right? She landed like one off top, and you could see the reaction. But it was Waterson, to me, that was still outlanding her. She landed some good right hands, too, as Pinheiro tried to storm forward. You saw her get caught like 2 times, Pinheiro, when she throws, she's swinging for the fences. So you can really see she's missing. And to me, that's something that she needs to control in the future, because next time she won't be fighting somebody that's so forgiving that's going to let her slide. You know what I mean? Like when she's swinging wild like that, somebody will land that good check left hook on her. See, Waterson, she would get completely out of the way and she would have time to reset. So when you see somebody, swinging this wild off form, and you're dealing with these strikers that have much better boxing, they'll be able to land on her. See, Waterson, she was just kind of showing the speed difference by getting the heck out of dodge and making her reset. But even when Waterson was stepping in the range, she was showing the speed difference because she was able to time and drop Pinheiro with a good front kick. A good front kick drop. And however you want to look at the knockdown, to me, it showed that Waterson got the better of that exchange. Okay. Now, after getting back up, Luana, she wasn't hurt, but to me, that was still a knockdown that showed you, hey, she was getting hit with effective shots. Luana Pinheiro, she went back to the low kick. Nice kicks. They're damaging, but it wasn't enough to win the round. Luana tried to close with the right hand. She did land the right hand. And when she clipped that with that right hand, she tried to come in with that barrage. And of course, with the crowd cheering, the judges are kind of swayed by that. See, some people got to remember, like, whenever those fighters, even like Manny Pacquiao, throws those barrages sometimes, the crowd starts cheering. Judges, they get swayed by that. But to me, I wasn't looking at it like that. I was trying to see what she was landing, and Pinheiro didn't land that many effective blows, besides that one right hand. So to me, she didn't win the first round. I don't think she did enough because, again, Waterson did land that front kick that scored a knockdown, okay? So first round, I gave to Waterson. Second round, Luana, she started off with the low kick, very effective. That was an effective shot. I cannot lie. That shot was landing on the calf, and it kind of got a reaction out of Waterson. But Waterson, she go back upstairs, landed a good right hand to knock Pinheiro off balance. So she's just kind of exposing the balance and the footwork of Pinheiro here. Pinheiro, she just doesn't have full control of her body when it comes to her stand-up. Like, she'll swing these wild shots, even when she throws these heavy kicks, like, they kind of, like, take her off balance, and she just kind of swings full through with them. She doesn't know how to retract and reset, right? So, like I said, when she fights better boxers, they'll expose that. Waterson, again, mixing up the kicks, front kick to the face. She was able to follow up to the chest. Luana landed about 2 more of those effective low kicks, still didn't really adjust. Luana, she has the power, but she really wasn't fully able to use it because when she would think that Waterson was hurt, she would just start swinging wild. So she was able to swing wild into a clinch. And Luana, she did get off a couple of knees in the clinch. She had Waterson pinned up. Waterson, she got a good takedown. There was a good takedown there, but a quick bounce back up. And good elbow in the clinch from Waterson. And she did snap Pinheiro's head back with the left hand. She did snap the head back with a good jab. Well, Pinheiro landed one too. Like, Pinheiro did land a good jab on the chin of Waterson, but that's when Waterson followed up with a good jab, snapped her head back, and then landed the right hand. All right, so Pinheiro, she started getting a little bit exhausted here. Like, I saw her kind of dropping her hands, and she looked a little tired from throwing the bombs. So it was a close round. Like, this was a close round. I still give it to Waterson because I thought she landed more. But if you're looking at those knees, which was like a few knees in the clinch and the low kicks, okay, maybe if you say those are more damaging blows, you could give her the second round, right? You can give her that second round, all right? I'm not going to argue with that one. The third round, Waterson started closing the distance more. She started closing the distance more, trying to clinch up. Waterson, she got the back of, Waterson actually got the back of Pinheiro in this round. But then Pinheiro tried to go for that toss and takedown, but Waterson, she had a good scramble up with Pinheiro, tried to take her down, had to give her that, good defensive skills. Waterson still touching her with those chest kicks. Pinheiro, just so awkward when she throws, like, she kind of abandoned the low kick. It was like her IQ didn't kick in and say, okay, let me start fighting off a jab. Let me keep the jab in her face. So when the jab's in her face, I can finish off maybe a double jab, 1-2 combination, land the hard low kick, right? She didn't pick up on that. She kind of abandoned the low kick. So Waterson being more active, landing chest kicks, landing a few of those chest kicks. Waterson just being busy in that last minute with her jab, landing the side kicks, and gets a takedown, So the third round, I believe Michelle Waterson was bleeding. I can't remember where the shot came from. It was just like in close, like when it got to the clinch. I just saw blood coming down on the arm. And then I saw like Michelle Waterson's nose bleeding. So I don't know if it was like headbutt or elbow in there. I don't know what the damaging blow was, honestly. I just saw her bleeding. But just seeing the blood wasn't enough to say, okay, she's losing this round. Pinheiro was looking like the physically stronger fighter on the cage. She was controlling. So Michelle Waterson was creating space. But when Michelle Waterson got that takedown and just started staying more active in this round, I had to give it to Michelle Waterson again. So to me, competitive. Yeah, it wasn't really as one-sided as I thought. But it could have been 30-27. But at most, 29-28 for Waterson. I don't see how the judges thought Luana Pinheiro won this fight. Like, there was just not enough damage that was consistent from Luana Pinheiro in this fight, okay? Like, Luana Pinheiro was never that consistent with the damage that she was doing. Now, you talking Jessica Andrade and her fights, see, her damaging blows, they come one right after the other. Pinheiro in this fight landed a few good knees against the cage in the second round, landed a few low kicks, maybe get like one or two reactions out of Waterson. But Waterson was never hurt. She was never really like compromised. She did switch to southpaw a few times to avoid more kicks, but she was still fighting strong. All right, she was still fighting strong throughout the fight to me, and still being more active, and still got a takedown at the end of the fight, at the end of the third round. So to me, I thought Michelle just overall put on a better performance, and she landed more effective blows. I thought she outstruck Luana Pinheiro. And, giving Luana Pinheiro this decision, I don't think that's going to do her any justice, because now they're going to kind of look at it and think, okay, the way we swing, the way we throw these kicks is going to be effective against a striker like Waterson or, any stand-up fighter. But no, man, like, I think that she would learn more from this fight if they would have gave it to Waterson, because now you kind of put Luana Pinheiro in this Shark Tank when she didn't really earn it. Now she's probably going to move up to number 10, and, they're going to try to move her into like a mid-rank fight or a title eliminator when she's really not ready for it, because Michelle Waterson, to me, she exposed her. She exposed her for lack of good form, showed her natural abilities, like her heavy hands. Like I've been saying, she's heavy-handed, but she's also got heavy feet, and she's physically strong. Like, those are the three things I can take away from Luana Pinheiro in this fight. She's strong, she's durable, and she's got power in the hands and in the feet, okay? Power in the hands and power in those kicks. I will give her for those natural abilities, but her technical skills as far as a stand-up, she needs to get with a striking coach that's going to help her set up better shots, stop throwing off of form, stop throwing like that wild left and dropping her hand and getting lazy, somebody that's going to help her throw the proper form so she won't get as tired, okay? But, yeah, that's what I saw in this fight. I saw somebody that just was lacking a lot of technical skills and got taken to school, right? But, yeah, that's just me. Like I said, that's just me. That's just how I felt about it. I thought Michelle Waterson clearly won the fight. What's crazy is why would they do this? Why would they rob her of this fight? And if they did that, why would they feel like, okay, we got to do this because we got to promote Luana Pinheiro? Well, why did you just sign Michelle Waterson to an eight-fight deal? Why would you do this to a fighter that you just signed an 8-fight deal with? Why would you rob her in this type of performance, though? Like, if you're trying to promote one, but you just re-signed another, why would you do this, I don't get it. But I just didn't think it was enough damage to score any of the rounds. It was just too far in between. Luana Pinheiro's got a lot more work to do. For Michelle Waterson, in the future, though, I think, yes, she will have to close distance more, start landing more shots upstairs, look to finish, start setting up more head kicks, start taking that page out of, her training partner, Holly Holmes' book, start landing more head kicks, because that chin was wide open. Pinheiro's chin was wide open, so maybe when she switched to southpaw a few times, she needed to just continue to throw the head kick, southpaw jab, the right hook, right hand, and just throw head kicks. Head kicks and a lot of combinations. Just start touching more and not throw as many, like, range-finding kicks. I know a few of the front kicks she's throwing is range-finders, but be like JoJo. JoJo throws it fluid. She'll hit you right in the face with it. Start committing more. That's what she's going to have to do in the future. And close the show. Same thing I say for Angela Hill. Close the doggone show, because they're not going to give you these decisions. They're not. Especially if they're trying to, build up a fighter off your name. You got to knock him out. But yeah, that's how I saw it, guys. I still stand by it, thinking it was a robbery type of decision. Second round, yeah, I do agree. That's probably the one round I think was the most competitive where I could say went to Luana. But Luana Pinheiro, forgive me if I was saying Luana Carolina at any point in this fight, at any point in this video. If I was saying Carolina at any point in this video, hey, forgive me. I probably meant to say Luana Pinheiro, but yeah, that's all I got on this one, guys. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think, though, man. Do y'all still think that the fight went Michelle Waterson's way? I viewed it 2 times, and like I said, I watched it with the sound down all the times, and still stand the same on it. I thought Michelle Waterson won the fight. But let me know what y'all think, guys. Make sure y'all subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.